So this is what we've got going on first thing this morning. This was supposed to happen yesterday, but his car broke down, so we're getting 20 tons of the dirty screen delivered this morning. I'm just gonna have him dump all of it where the carport pad is gonna go, and then I'll just have James move it around for me. So I'll see if I can get a video of him doing all that. But before, each morning I come out here and I check on my water tank, because I've seen stories and stories from people who their tank froze or something like that, their water connection. So I just want to look at the house here. Look at that, it's all frost on it. So everything looks good over there, but I'll come back to it shortly. Let me go capture how this is going, how this is happening. And again, I came out here without a mic or without my stick, because a guy called me and I had to meet him out here like real quick. So I'll watch him work. Me and him were just having a really nice conversation. He's just like, oh, I delivered all the other times, and he's like, oh man, this place has changed since the last time I've been here. So we were chatting about where he lives and what's going on there, and we just both came to the conclusion that the peace and quiet and just coming into an area like this where you can basically do what you do and it's peaceful. Yeah, we agreed that this was amazing. So there it goes. That is 20 tons. Oh, that's just like a tiny piece coming out there. Let's see how much there is. So he was telling me that he has like a little tiny, I guess a little cabin as well too, but he doesn't have any heat or any. So we were like talking about how we stay warm at night and things like that, and it's just funny that I'm not the only one living like this. So yeah, there it is. That's 20 tons. All right, well, thank you. All right, so got that. All right, well, I'm gonna go make some coffee now, because this is, well, it's not that early. It's a little after 8. A little early for me, honestly. I'm not one of those people who get up like really early in the morning, so I sleep in as much as I can. But once I get up, I have to be super productive, but the getting up part is not my favorite thing. All right. I want to feel the yeah, this right here, it's hard. It's like all that's frozen. So it's a good thing you have this thing, because, and honestly, because it's frozen, I gotta make sure. Yeah, gotta keep an eye on this when it melts, because all that is like frozen water in there. Wow. Okay. I wonder if there's a way to like there's something out there to kind of cover this thing to at least prevent, I don't know, I'm just making things up in my mind, but like a koozie, you know, like you have like a beer koozie, something like that to put over a water tank. I'm sure something like that exists. I didn't just fabricate that, did I? So, all right, here he is. So look at my panels here are frozen. I think I'm just gonna let it melt a little bit instead of scraping it. I'll give it a few minutes to melt. This morning I checked the temperature. It was down to 12 degrees inside the shed. So my team is here today, and I'm probably going to be trying to dig a trench myself. I don't know how much it's gonna save me. I'm gonna go talk to Robert now just to see if it makes sense for me to dig the trench or have them dig it, and when that's needed. But there's work going on today, and I think they're planning to wrap up today actually, so we're very close. See, I know if I remain patient, wonderful things will happen. I wasn't expecting my propane guys today. I thought they were coming on Thursday, and he called me and they're here. And truth be told, we have not fully decided where we're gonna put it, so I'm gonna have to make a decision fast. My septic guy's here as well, my house guys are here, so I'm on a roll today. So I knew if I remained patient, like I said, it would happen. All right, let me go take care of this because we got to decide where to put this tank. All right, let's see how this is done. I've never seen this done before. And of course, I wasn't prepared with my stick, so I just came out to meet the guy and forgot to bring all my mic and my stick, so hopefully you can hear me okay with all the engine noises. The perfect spot for it because, of course, as you know, I'm going to add on to the cabin, but it can be moved later on if we need to move it. Right now I'm just thinking about efficiency, and I don't think I'll have to move it, but we'll see. Now they brought it with about 30 gallons in it because they need that for testing and of course for transportation. And once it's installed and set up and all the connections are made, they come back out and fill it up. And I'm on an autofill type deal, so they can detect it from, I think they do it by satellite. They can figure out what my levels are, and they'll come out and fill it up when the levels are at a certain point. So that should be nice and convenient. Because you can see the full picture here. And the company's called Owens. So nice. I went in and I met with a gentleman there, and he was just so knowledgeable and nice. And even this morning when they came out, and this gentleman here is talking to my GC, which, like I said, I thought they were coming on Thursday, to be honest with you. I don't know what went through my mind when I thought it was Thursday, but fortunately Robert was here, and they were just kind of talking about the perfect spots and what pieces they're gonna need and all of the stuff. That's stuff I would not have known. And they brought all the blocks. I did not have to worry about the blocks. So I'm leasing my system instead of purchasing it. To purchase this thing, it's probably, I forgot what they told me, so I don't want to misquote. I want to say it was $1,600 if you purchased it. I can't quite remember, but I decided to lease it because it wasn't cheap. But I am so happy now that I don't have to run out. And I mean, I still have to do it temporarily until I'm in the cabin, clearly, but it will be not a way of life anymore to be getting those little tanks filled up. I will probably still keep little tanks full though, just in case, because I hear and I'm experiencing that redundancy is the name of the game when you're off grid. You always have to think about, what if I run out? Kind of worried that there were too many rocks over there, but I'm guessing they are very accustomed to that, so. Alright, I'll pick you back up when he's finished, because my hands are freezing. Okay, now he's doing all kinds of little things that need to be done to get it ready for my GC to tap into that. Once he runs the lines, and once that's all done, then I guess a regulator, I've heard them use those terminologies, and I don't know what some of those things mean, honestly, and I won't pretend to, but this is why you work with professionals that know what they're doing. You know, they explain things to me, obviously, to a point where I can understand, but then I let them do their job. So I still have that trash on the property from, if you've watched some of my earlier videos, when I bought this property, it's not a ton of trash, but there's a tire, which I'm probably going to end up using that tire for a garden bed for flowers. But there's like roofing shingles and all that stuff. So on one of the networking things that I go to, I met a gentleman, and he does like natural landscaping, ponds and aquaponics and things like that. And so when he said ponds, that was very intriguing to me, because one of the things that I'd love to do, it's a big dream, but one of the dreams that's on the very bottom of my list, obviously, but he does ponds. So I've always wanted to do like a natural pond and have fish in it, and actually have it as a food source. So I can just imagine it somewhere in this area right here. So if you can dream with me, can you see it too? Like a nice big pond right here? We'll see. We'll see. And maybe like a little pergola somewhere over here with a sitting area, so you can listen to the sounds of the pond and watch the wildlife. I can see it too. All right, so it's all set up. We have the regulator, and then once my lines are ran by my plumber, they'll come back and put on the monitor, and the monitor is how they know what my levels are, and then fill up and all that. So it's done and done. Well, it's not done, but we're halfway done. But yes, I'm excited. Now we're getting closer to. And there he goes. He's out of here. I'm guessing somebody else is about to get their tanks, but yeah, there it is. There's a tank. Howdy, howdy. So I'm inside right now. I'm leaving the guys outside to get their jobs done. I think the propane guy already, well, I know the propane guy already left. I can hear James's machine going, so I know he's still here. And I know that Robert and his crew were here for just a part of the day, so I'm not sure if they're still here or not. I did obviously check in with them, and you know, a few different times, but I got to come back inside and get some work done. So today what I'm doing is just still working on marketing stuff, because that is very much at the forefront of my mind, is getting my marketing going here. But I wanted to kind of give you guys a good news that I've gotten the approval for monetization on my channel. Now, I got to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure how it all works. So I'm kind of still doing a little bit of research on it and looking into it to see, for example, as you're going through it, you can decide some things about the ads, and I've not gone through it like fully yet. But I do know that there's some like options you can choose about how the ads are presented. So what I'd like for you guys to do is just, let me turn this back on because I hate when it goes off. Oops. If you guys can kind of tell me how the ads are coming up, if they're like super annoying, or if too many ads, or if you're getting ads that you can't click away from. Now, obviously, because it's monetized now, I'd like for you guys to, watch the ads and all that, whatever does the trick. But I also don't want this to be a bad experience for you guys. And so just kind of let me know what your experience is as you are watching my videos. And thank you guys, because getting to the point where I met the criteria to get to monetization is a big deal. It wasn't the primary motive for starting a YouTube channel. Obviously it's a benefit, and it's something that, moving into a new area, business is not quite there yet. You kind of want to have any kind of source of income that you can. So while it was not the motivator for starting the channel, it certainly does help. And I've not earned anything really yet, because this is just a very, very new development. But I'm looking forward to see how that works out. And as you know, starting a channel for me was more about documenting this whole thing, and just kind of diving a little bit more into my story for somebody who might be looking for what I was trying to find when I was looking. Not to say that there wasn't a ton of YouTube channels out there providing great information, but I didn't see anything that was super specific to my situation, which was launching a business as well, in the area that you're trying to move. Well, not just launching a business, but transitioning a thriving business from one state to another, and all that's entailed in that. Doing it as a single woman, doing it for the spiritual reasons that I'm doing it. So a lot of what my unique situation was and is, I wasn't necessarily seeing YouTube channels talking about those things. And while I'm not going to make those things the goal of my channel, or like the core of my channel, obviously that will be woven into my videos. So for example, my faith and my spiritual beliefs, I don't want to like hit people over their heads with it and just say you can't follow my channel unless you believe what I believe. But I'm hoping, in conversations and in things that I say and do, it will be something that you might want to look into as well, and then maybe reach out for more information or anything like that. I did have somebody ask me recently for clarification about what my beliefs are, and so that's kind of what I invite, is maybe the spark of curiosity that might lead you to asking a question. So but anyways, it's great news, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about all the work that's going on today. Finally getting that propane tank is huge step, but of course it's not connected yet, because the plumber has to do his part now, and then call them to get it filled up. So it only has about 30 gallons in it, just for testing and whatever. But and James is like really out there working really hard on that septic, on those trenches. They're really hard for him, and that's why I'm trying to just be patient and empathetic to the fact that he shows up whenever he can and he gets it done, and I know he's gonna get it done. He's just a good guy like that. So and so I'm excited about the progress being made. It's still baby steps, but I'll get there. So thank you guys so much for the encouragement, and I'll check in again later. Bye bye. All right, so just checking out all the work. You can barely see under there, but I think he put heat tape on everything as well to make sure we don't have freezing pipes. So it's a clean out right there. Looking good. I can hardly see up under there, but looking good based on what I can see. So James about to move some of my dirty screen over onto the driveway. So it's not so muddy, it's so muddy right now. So he's moving that for me. Yay! It's gonna be so much better. I mean, this thing degrades, it sinks into the dirt anyway, but it's something. It's better than what it is right now. So a little less mud inside of the cabin. They've swept up inside. So nice and clean in here. Okay, so still not quite done there yet, but oh, we need a double toggle right here because we're supposed to have four switches right there. Of course, the island's gonna get traded out. I think we're pretty much ready for insulation. I need them to put foam around these penetrations as well, so we don't get mice in here. Actually, is this covered here? Yeah. Okay. All right, I think I'm about ready for insulation. Oh, I'm so happy that's getting done. So once the ground thaws over here, I don't know when that's gonna happen because it's right here doesn't get a lot of sun. I'm probably gonna dig the trench myself. We need to get a trench from right here, 18-inch trench from here to over here. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and install the farm pipe thing right here. Ooh, I found a pine tree. This is the back of my property where the rocky drop-off point is. It's beautiful to look at, but I just found a pine tree, a little one. Look at this, so much better already. Not as much mud. So much better. So like I said, it's not a driveway, but it's a walkway. I'm using it as a driveway right now, but eventually it's a walkway from the cabin to this building. So Mr. James hard at work leveling out my pad for the carport. So, and he dumped some on my driveway. Let me grab my shovel. And he dumped some on my walkway. I'm gonna call it walkway so y'all know that it's not really a driveway. But he seemed to have made some progress on the septic as well. I saw him this morning like cutting out, oh, what was that? I saw him this morning cutting out a big rock that was right here. So he's starting to set the chambers. And let's go look at the fourth one and see if he made any progress with that. Sorry, that sound you're hearing is my shovel. I'm dragging it behind me because I was about to trench, but can't trench. Let's go see. Yeah, I don't think he touched this one today at all. All right, this might be the last video for the day, but this is checking in to show you the work that was done today on, I mean, it's not perfect, it's just enough to kind of eliminate some of the mud from my shoes. And I'm gonna go check the pad for where the carport is going to go. And we still even have some of the dirty screen left over that we can use. I can see the pile of it. You can see the pile over there. All right, it looks a lot more level. I need to take another video and send to the carport company who's going to be installing it. I just saw an animal run across there. I'm not sure what it is though. It was a small animal though. Huh. Show yourself. I wonder if it was a bunny. But anyway, yeah, a lot more level, isn't it? So much better. And still have a pile left, so we can use it somewhere else. So let me send them that video. And there's my tank again. All right, so this is some of the work that James put in today. So it's starting to come together, but you can tell that there's still some slow progress because of the boulders, but progress nonetheless.